Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Logan, this is Sam, and today we are talking about the 3 Ryobi generators that we own. We're going to talk about the positives, the negatives, and then at the end we're going to rank them in the one we like the best and the one we like the worst. And I think the order is going to surprise you, so stay tuned and stick around to the end. Welcome back everyone. So Logan and I are up here in our property. We've been working, we're super dirty, but something that we always need is a generator because we're off the grid. And so like Logan said, these are our Ryobi generators. Now, so we have multiple different models. This is the 1800 running watts with the 2300 starting, and it's the most basic one you can get that Ryobi has. Has handles, pretty awesome. This one's the exact same, the 1800 running watts to 2300 starting, except it has a fancy battery and remote starter. Now both of them come with Bluetooth, so you can kill this one with the app, so you can stop it, but you cannot start it, but you can start and stop this one with the app. Then in the very corner there, what do we got over there, Logan? This is the battery powered generator, inverter generator they call it. So it supports up to 4 40-volt batteries. We have all 6 amp hours in here right now, but you can throw in any of the 40 volts. This one's actually a 7.5, which is a beast of a battery. So yeah, so these are the three generators. The only ones we don't have are the bigger models or the smaller models that Ryobi has. But these are the ones supported by the Bluetooth app, the GenControl app that Ryobi has. These are the 3 that are supported by that app. All right, guys, so there's a lot here to list on the oldest Ryobi 2300 generator. So we're gonna read this off our list. So this is the oldest, so number 1 here. It's easy to pull start. So it'll start in 1 and 2 pulls, cold, warm, pretty impressive. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Comes with an auto idle, comes with an app, so the Ryobi app for that GenControl that we talked about. Works with the parallel kit, so you can hook multiple generators up together, and it's easy to maintain, so just put oil and gas in it, so super simple. Now, the other thing that's always surprising, this has a really long run time, so 14 hours on a tank. And the other cool thing that a lot of their competitors don't have is this has wheels, integrated handles, and has the handle that comes out here, the sliding handle, the slide out and to tow it around. And the other thing is it has a nice LCD LCD display. Yep. And so you can see what's going on. And then it's under 600 bucks, so it's a good price. So those are the positives. So now the negatives. So it's heavier than, let's say, like the battery unit. So picking it up, you need about 2 hands to pick it up. That you can pick it up with 1 hand. To at least lift it up into a truck or something like that. You have oil and gas, so it's meaning you got to put oil and gas in it. And it makes noise. So they're not too terrible. Pull that first one. Maybe hit the auto idle off. So there we go, kicking up. They're 85, so 85, 87, but they are noisy. And this one has no remote start, only 2 outlets here to plug into. So no USB-Cs or anything like that on there. Now we do have a standard USB, that's it. And you must run this outside, you cannot run it inside. So next up is the remote start. So this one has push button and obviously again we can start it with the app. Handles and wheels have been upgraded, so they're a little bit better, about the same size. Now with the handle, the telescoping handle on the front, it definitely is improved on this one, but we're in the dirt. We don't really baby these. This is we use these heavily, and this is dusty, dirty soil, and they get jammed up pretty easily. Also, just like the older model, it has auto idle, works with the app, works with the parallel kits. We actually have 2 different parallel kits that we've tried out. This is the older model and then the newer model. It is also easy to maintain.
with the oil and gas, run 14 hours plus. We actually found that this one can run longer. It seems to be a little bit more efficient. It has the nice LCD display. It's upgraded. It's got the white backlit instead of the yellow backlit. And then the negatives, it really is difficult to pull start if it's really cold. So if it hasn't been run in a while and it's really cold, this one is quite a pain. There is no like the choke. That one has a cold start feature. This one does not. So that kind of sucks. The button, you kind of just, again, if it's really cold, it just doesn't start really easily. Doesn't charge the 18-volt battery in the front, which is weird. I don't understand why it wouldn't. We'll talk about this one more, but this one actually does charge the 40-volt batteries if you'd like, so it goes both ways. This one does not. Just kind of annoying that you also have to bring a charger. There's no top front handle, and initially I didn't think that would annoy me as much as it does, but you'd be surprised how often you want to pick it up like that, and just picking up one-handed to put it up into a truck is kind of annoying.
And you're too close when you're right here. So you have to reach down to this other one, which is not too terrible, but it is not nearly as convenient.
Kind of annoying. And it's a little pricey. We paid over $700 for this model for just those 3 additional things: the remote start, the push button start, and the upgraded wheels and handles. So for those 3 things, doesn't really justify the price in my opinion, but you know, that's kind of a judgment call. And again, just like the older model, it's heavier than say the battery powered model. It uses oil and gas, makes noise, only 2 outlets, USB, no USB-C, and again, you have to run it outside. All right, now last up, the 40-volt battery-powered generator, inverter generator. This one, we'll run through the positives. Can be lightweight depending on the batteries. So there's a little asterisk there. It is lighter, even with the batteries, it is lighter than the gas-powered models. But if you take out the batteries, it can be even lighter. Even my kids can pick this one up as long as the batteries aren't in it. It does not need oil or gas. There is very little noise. It's kind of got a hum because there's a fan to cool it down, but very little noise. It does not have a pull string. Obviously, has 3 outlets instead of just 2. It has 4 USB-A ports instead of just 2, and it has 2 USB-Cs. It has a work light. It also doubles as a slow charger, and emphasis on the slow. It is similar to the older 40-volt chargers. If you're used to the brand new rapid chargers, like this one here, this one charges 4 times faster than the other ones. You can charge 4 batteries in the same time that this charger can only charge 1. So keep that in mind. It is very, very slow charger, and it only charges 1 battery at a time. But it's cool that it can actually charge the batteries. One thing that's cool, or one feature, you can lift out if one of the batteries goes out or uses all the charge, you can swap the battery. You can take one of these batteries out while it's running and put a new battery in, which is really cool. And last, because there's no fumes, there's no gas, you can run this anywhere you'd like. Inside, you can even bring it inside your house, you could bring it inside your trailer, wherever. We run it in the car. When we were on a long road trip, we brought it into the truck with us, and charged up our laptops and things like that. And then just like the other 2 models, it works with the app, the Parallel kit, and has a nice LCD backlit display.
So the negatives is it's super expensive, about $800 with only 2 batteries. So that's pretty spendy. And then an extra battery, depending on which ones you get. If you get, a 6 amp or 7.5 amp, they're 100 to 200 plus.
Yeah, this one came in almost $250, I think, just for this one battery. Now, you're not always going to be buying the 7.5 amp, but maybe you want all 7.5.
And one thing we didn't mention on the positives is you can use these other 40 volts in any of the other Ryobi 40 volt line. So lots of we have a chainsaw, all of that. We actually use these batteries a lot. Anyways, back to the negatives. There is no estimated runtime. So it'll tell you how long it's running, but it's not going to tell you when the batteries are going to dead. They'll just die. And so you have to constantly check it. And it does kind of have a readout on the app, but it's not accurate at all.
Definitely has not been very accurate. Even when we look at the batteries will say something different than what the reader does or the app does.
Totally crappy. And the other thing, just like any battery, they do not like the cold. So it's been getting into the 20s and 30s degrees Fahrenheit here up in the mountains, and it will zap them in less than 30 minutes. So it'll totally suck them dry in 30 minutes, which that sucks.
Quick update on this one to highlight the best case scenario. We've actually been using it quite a bit at trade shows. Powering a 55-inch TV, we can get over 8 hours of runtime, and if we're swapping batteries, we can get even longer. And what's also cool about that is this has saved us hundreds of dollars in power connection fees at these trade shows and setup fees. So it's really cool that we can take these indoors, use them outdoors. They're quiet. We can have conversations. So just want to give you a quick update of the best case scenario, in addition to this, obviously, worst case scenario of 30-minute runtime.
And then they come with a nice cover, but the zipper on that sucker is constantly getting jammed, broke. So kind of flimsy. We wish the cover was a little bit better. And no remote start. You can turn it off from the app, but you cannot turn it on. Only this one turns on from the app.
Which is weird. It's weird that the one that has the battery, like you'd think that you'd be able to start it, but you can't.
All right, so Logan's gonna go through each one and tell you which one we feel is the winner, but I also have another surprise. Before we do that, pause and comment below now which one you would pick or which one you think is gonna be the winner, and let us know in the comments below.
All right, so in third place, or what I would consider third place, with a fairly large little asterisk star by it, is the battery-powered model. Just in the bit that we've been using it, especially up here camping for a week, like we said, the battery drains really quickly, and although it has a ton of cool new features, the new ports, the ability to use it inside and outside, it's super expensive. I mean, this was, again,
expensive.
For just 2 of these batteries, you're paying $800. You're paying more than either of these setups just for the 2 batteries. Now, over the life of the unit, if you're getting power fairly cheap, and gas gets more expensive, maybe in the long term this is makes up for itself. Right. And the reason I put a star by this one is because if money is not a problem, or if cold is not a problem for you, then this model could be amazing if you had plenty of batteries, or maybe solar panels. So even up here at the cabin, we have solar, so we were able to charge up the batteries. In fact, right now the camera itself is plugged into another unit. We have 2 of these, and it's plugged in right now charging the camera.
For quiet portable power, it does the job, and we used it at trade shows, which was really nice, run TVs. So we're not saying we don't like it, it's just not nearly as efficient for how much you pay for it.
Yeah, and even where I live in Florida, if the power goes out for a week, I'm gonna need a lot of batteries or solar panels, hopefully, to charge this up and get this running. I can't just keep pouring gas in it. I mean, that's one thing that's really nice, is as long as we keep pouring gas, these suckers keep running.
Assuming you can get gas.
Now, controversial second place is the remote start model. And as much as we like the cool idea, the push button start, the ability to start it from the app, which is really nice. I mean, you're laying in the camper or wherever you're at and be able to just start it up is super cool. But for the money, I'm gonna put this one in second place. I don't think it's for the money worth it. And obviously that leaves our first place, old reliable 2300 starting watt, 1800 running watt Ryobi generator. It's just the best bang for your buck. In my opinion, I think that this is the best. So I put it 3, 2, and 1.
Now, I'm gonna throw a wrench in it. Here's the thing, that I actually 100% agree. For the money, buy this one. It's just more reliable, it has less things to go wrong with it. But in situations for like with my wife, where she doesn't want to pull start it, buy that one. Even though it takes a while and it's definitely more temperamental than this one, I would buy that one just because she can start it. And instead of having to come over here and pull it, fidget with it, she doesn't know, like, you know, or doesn't want to know. She just would rather come up and start it, or start it from an app. Ease of use for someone that's not really wanting to familiarize themselves with one of the generators. But most of you probably can start a generator pretty easy. So I'd say get this one. But for my wife, this is the one I use this one a lot more because of that. Or just do what we did. Buy 2 of them. So when this one won't start and it dies on us in the middle of the night, we just go start this one and it runs all night.
There it is, guys. Let us know if we got it wrong. Let us know what order you would put these in the comments below. And let us know if you have one of these. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What would you get next time? Or what other features would you like to see Ryobi add to these generators? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Or prefer Honda. Where did the flies come from?
It must
It's
be
ridiculous.
me. I'm stinky.
Yeah, me too. Week up here.
It's the inside.
Yeah, show the inside. I can do that. Here. Oh man, look at that scenery.
So good.
Look at the friggin' mountain.